You've seen the videos. A mother cat carrying her tiny newborn by the scruff and then just dropping it into a laundry basket and walking away. Or a father cat who takes one look at his own kittens and hisses like they're complete strangers who just broke into his house. Millions of people have watched these clips and thought the same thing. What is wrong with these cats? But here's what nobody is telling you. Every single one of those moments that looks like terrible parenting, it's not an accident. It's not a glitch. It is one of the most calculated, biologically precise survival systems in the entire animal kingdom. By the end of this video, you are going to look at cat parenting in a way you have never looked at it before. And I promise you, the reality is far stranger, far darker, and far more fascinating than any of those viral clips let on. Let's start with the dads, or rather, the complete and total absence of them. If your cat is a female and she ever had kittens, their father was almost certainly gone before those kittens ever opened their eyes. Not gone as in went out for milk. Gone as in vanished entirely. No protection, no food, no warmth, no acknowledgement that those kittens even exist. Male cats, tomcats, play absolutely zero role in raising their offspring. The moment mating is finished, he is already thinking about his next patrol, his next territory, his next mate. The kittens are not his concern. They never were. And before you say it, no, this isn't because tomcats are simply cold or cruel. The reason is far more interesting than that. Here's the thing about cat reproduction that most people don't know. A mother cat can mate with multiple males in a single cycle. That means when a litter of kittens is born, there is a very real chance that not all of them belong to the same father. In fact, scientists have found that in feral cat colonies, anywhere between 70 and 83% of all litters have kittens from more than one father. So a tomcat looks at a nest of newborns and faces an impossible question. Are these mine? And nature has programmed him with a very simple response to that uncertainty. Don't invest. Walk away. Spend your energy finding mates you know will carry your genes forward. It's not loyalty. It's not love. It's a cold biological calculation made before he ever sets eyes on a single kitten. But wait, it gets worse. Even if a tomcat does stick around, his presence isn't always a good thing. Unneutered males will sometimes hiss at, swat at, or intimidate kittens. Not because they're jealous, but because a nest full of energetic, noisy youngsters reads as a direct threat to his territory and food. He doesn't see my children, he sees competition. Now, if you thought the dads were a problem, just wait until you hear about what's happening inside the litter itself. Picture a litter of kittens, 4 of them, all born on the same day, nursing from the same mother. Now picture that one of those kittens is not related to the others at all. Different father, different genes. They are, biologically speaking, half-siblings at best, raised as one family with no idea. This is standard feline biology called heteropaternal superfecundation. Female cats don't release eggs on a regular cycle. Instead, the act of mating triggers ovulation. If a female mates with multiple males in a short window, both sets of sperm can fertilize different eggs from the same cycle. Same pregnancy, same birth. Completely different fathers. And here's where it gets genuinely unsettling. Cats have no incest taboo. A queen will mate with her brother, her father, or her son. There is no instinct that says, this is family, this is off limits. In a feral colony, the gene mixing that happens across generations is incredibly complex. And yet, out of all of this chaos, comes a litter of kittens that a mother will fight, starve, and bleed to protect. Which brings us to the part of this story that is hardest to watch, but most important to understand. Have you ever seen a mother cat just leave? Her kittens are crying, they need her, and she just walks out for hours. From the outside, it looks like abandonment, but here is what's actually happening. Raising a litter is physically punishing. She is producing milk around the clock, hasn't hunted, and her body is consuming itself. If she doesn't take breaks to hunt and eat, she will not survive long enough to raise them. So when she walks away, she is preserving herself. Because a dead mother saves no kittens. But that's the easy part to accept. Here's the harder part. Sometimes a mother cat will look at one of her kittens, a small one, a quiet one, and she will push it away, physically, deliberately, away from the warmth, the milk, and the litter. To a human, it looks like cruelty. What it actually is a decision no mother should ever have to make. If a kitten is weak or sick, a mother cat knows through scent. Her body presents her with a brutal calculation. Spend limited resources on this kitten and risk losing the healthy ones too, or redirect those resources. It is nature's tragic math, and as horrifying as it is to witness, it works. And then there is the darkest chapter. In rare, extreme cases, a mother cat may consume one of her own kittens. This almost never happens in stable environments, but under severe stress or malnourishment, a mother's ancient survival response can override everything. The high-pitched cry of a newborn kitten is almost identical to the distress call of small prey. If a mother is starving, her brain can misfire, registering that cry as food rather than family. It is a system pushed past its breaking point. Now let's talk about something truly strange: cat kidnapping. If you have multiple female cats, you might have seen one cat, who has no kittens of her own, pick up another cat's kitten and carry it away, only to leave it alone and walk away minutes later. This happens because the sound of a crying kitten triggers a hormonal surge of oxytocin and prolactin in any female cat. Her body says, "Go get that baby." But the surge doesn't come with a plan. Once she sets it down, the feeling fades, and she just leaves. This is why kidnapped kittens are often found in strange corners of the house. But here is the chilling part. In communal colonies, if a type B mother begins nursing a type A kitten from another mother, her antibodies pass through her milk and begin destroying the kitten's red blood cells. The kitten fades and dies within 48 hours. The nursing cat had no idea. She was just doing what her body told her to do. For the first 5 weeks, a mother is everything. And then one day, she turns around and hisses at them. They try to nurse, and she swats them away. What happened? Those kittens have grown needle-sharp baby teeth that are brutally painful on sensitive tissue. Her way of communicating that pain is growling and swatting. But that aggression is a lesson. Every swat says, "You are ready to look outward now." She is graduating them, pushing them toward the independent lives they were born to live. It is the most efficient, least gentle form of parenting imaginable. Before we close, there is one last behavior. You've heard stories of boxes of kittens left on doorsteps, or a mother cat dropping her litter on a porch and walking away. People assume she abandoned them. She didn't. She made the most sophisticated decision she could, recognizing that her resources were no longer enough and identifying a being capable of providing more. She knows the human behind that door provides warmth and food that she cannot match. She is delivering her kittens to an allo mother to give them their best chance. It is, in its own heartbreaking way, an act of love. So the next time you see a cat behave in a way that looks like bad parenting, you know the truth now. None of it is cruelty. It is an ancient, ruthless system built around one goal: survival. Cats don't parent the way we do, but once you understand their rules, you'll never watch a cat the same way again. If this video made you see cats differently, share it with someone who thinks their cat is just being weird. And subscribe, because we're just getting started.